Good morning. This is Mayor Mike, and this is 740 Main Street. Today is the day we're going to answer 3 questions that we've received from the residents from the Ask the Mayor program. But more importantly, we have a very special guest today. To my left is Emma Sabo. Emma, can you say hi to the people out there?
Hi.
Emma's joining us as a reminder that it's back to school in the next week or so. But before we get to Emma's question of me, which is going to be live on camera, I'm going to do the submissions that I received for the week. So submission 122 comes from Linda, and it talks about the traffic near Main Street and Sutton Avenue. This was a repeat of last week, and I've responded back to Linda and said, listen, I've advised the police department that we're concerned about the higher speeds that you're seeing now that exit's closed, and we'll get some increased patrols down on Main Street. So that's the answer to question 122. Question 123 comes from David, and he said, can you tell me a little bit about this fiber optic installation on my property that I didn't ask for or asked about? Something seems fishy about this. Your comments are invited. And I replied back to him. I said the Fiber in the Ground initiative was approved by the East Hartford Town Council on December 28, 2017. The work occurring now is related to that contract. Fiber is the fastest method to transmit data. We have 2 providers locally in Comcast and Frontier. The new platform, which is going into the ground, as that's the most resilient way to create a network, will compete with those providers. You will have speeds up to 400 times faster and hopefully at 2/3 the existing cost. The digging is going on in the town's right-of-way, which is generally the 4 feet of the property closest to the roadway. We've been mailing out from Town Hall information to impacted residents as they move into the neighborhood, and it's all over our website and social medias. We're actually telling residents that Tuesdays of most weeks there's a free taco truck in the areas that we're doing the fiber installation. The network will be completed in 18 months to 2 years and will be helpful in bringing development, jobs, and new tax revenue to the community. In this instance, East Hartford is on the cutting edge of new technology, and I hope that answered his question. Now, the last question before we get back to Emma is from John, and it's regarding the middle school's abandoned tennis courts. He said, what about pickleball or a tennis court again? And I think that's a great idea. I forwarded the question over to Ben Whitaker at the Department of, or the Board of Education. Even though we're in one town, the board controls their property, their fields, and in this particular case, I believe those are Board of Education properties. But this time next week, I should have more, an in-depth answer from Ben, and we'll go from there. So this is Mayor Mike, this is Ask the Mayor. Now we're gonna turn it over to Emma and see what Emma's question is.
Why did you want to become mayor?
Why did I want to become mayor? Great question, Emma. First off, a little bit of background on me. You may or may not have known it. For 23 years, I was the finance director in town. I worked for Mayors Larson, who brought me out of private industry, Mayors Curry, who came to us from the state of Connecticut after an extensive bit of time in the state legislature and as what they call majority whip. That's somebody who helps the bills get passed. And also Mayor Marcia LeClaire. I worked for Mayor LeClaire for 9 years. She was here for 11. And when she stepped down, I had seen some relevantly good management experience by the governor and the other elected and state officials at the state to get us through COVID. That's that virus that made, unfortunately, a lot of people sick. And I said, you know, I've got some skill sets that perhaps I can lend to East Hartford to bring some of the projects that I think we all want to see. And as a matter of fact, they're in back of me on something called the Control Tower. And the residents can go, I did this last week, but if anybody's interested, they can go out and they can Google East Hartford Control Tower. They'll come up with the same visual that you see behind me. There are 10 development projects, there are 10 infrastructure projects, and there are about 10 programs. We work on those all together, all at one time, in hopes of moving East Hartford forward. So Emma, that's the answer to your question. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
What is your favorite thing about being the mayor?
the favorite thing about being the mayor, believe it or not, is sitting here right next to you, answering your question. There is no better thing. I'm a dad of 2 young ladies, Erin and Shannon, who are graduates of East Hartford High School in the East Hartford school system. And the ability to be able to speak to you right here as part of Ask the Mayor is not only the highlight of my day, but so far the highlight of me being mayor.
Thank you.
All right, on behalf of Emma, this is Mike and Emma. This is Ask the Mayor. Everybody, remember, kids are going back to school. Our young adults, our children, going back to school within the next couple of weeks. Slow down, take your time, and have a great day. Emma, can you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.